The conservative group True the Vote, which provided most of the evidence for the documentary film 2000 Mules from Dinesh D'Souza, they have now been sued by the state of Georgia's state election board for refusing to turn over all of this so-called evidence that they had of all of this massive voter fraud that allegedly took place in the state of Georgia. So here's what happened. Based on the evidence that True the Vote had gathered, the state of Georgia last year, 2022, said, we're launching an investigation. We're going to look at all of this stuff because True the Vote is totally reputable. We believe everything they say. And they weren't being sarcastic when they basically said these things either. So they said, now all we need, by the way, True the Vote, is just give us the evidence that you have, and we'll build off that, launch our investigation, get to the bottom of it. So thanks. Could you hand it over? And again, this was early 2022. And True the Vote said, no, actually, no, you can't have it, because we've got a lot of people that we talk to that only talk to us on the condition of anonymity because they are the ones who actually did some of the fraud. And, if we tell you who they are, then they might get arrested. And the state said, yeah, but you talked to people that, according to you, broke the law to steal the election. Don't you think that we need that for our investigation if what you're saying is true? And so back and forth, months and months, over the course of a year, True the Vote continued to say, nah, oh man, our evidence is so awesome, but we just can't give it to you. And finally, the state of Georgia had had enough, and they said, screw it. We had already subpoenaed this information. You cannot hide it from us. If it does, in fact, contain criminal activity, you are now required to give it to us. That is what the state is arguing in court now, forcing True the Vote to basically put up or shut up. But here's the thing. If what True the Vote has said did, in fact, happen, wouldn't you want to expose, isn't that your whole goal, is to expose fraud? And then you claim that you exposed fraud, but now the people who could actually do something about it, you're like, you can't have our evidence. That makes no sense. So that leads me to believe, based on their behavior, that it's all bullshit. Because it's most likely all bullshit. If they had the evidence that they claimed to have, they'd put it up. If they believed that anyone they had talked to had in fact stolen the 2020 election, they would immediately go running to the authorities with that information, condition of anonymity or not. That ain't how it works, folks. If this group had something, they would have given it to the investigators over a year ago when they initially asked for it. They didn't, and that is why they're now being sued, or at least have this motion filed in court in Georgia for them to turn over the info. And if they really thought they had what they claimed to have, they'd have turned this information over a year ago. Thanks for watching, everyone. And well, here comes the awkward part at the end of the video where I ask you to like, comment, and share, and subscribe for more content from Ring of Fire. Also, you should consider becoming a member for some exclusive content and perks, including early access videos and exclusive videos. Check out the link in the description.